What's going on, everybody? Cheeks here with another episode. Kind of excited to film this. This is going to be my first video response, or VR. And this video is dedicated to Skaght at Reindeer Studios. He is celebrating 5 years and 1,500 subscribers here on the YouTube. Quite an accomplishment, but not really. If you are familiar with Reindeer Studios, you know that he is a very talented artist with some amazing stuff in his Etsy store. Definitely recommend that you check that out. He's also got some pretty sweet t-shirts in there. I sent that store to my wife in hopes that I get one of those t-shirts for Father's Day. If I don't, I'm going to buy one anyway. So I guess that leads me to not making this video specifically just to try to win a t-shirt, but honestly making it because I'm becoming fond of the community that follows Skaght and that Skaght follows. I'm going to give a shout out to a couple of those people real quick. One is I found Skaght from watching Dylan at Double D Vintage. He definitely brings the energy. I really appreciate his passion for what he does. Comes through in his videos and seems very genuine. So I enjoy those. I'm definitely going to keep watching. Splendid Sports is another member of this community. He just released a pretty amazing video about him and his dad or his parents. Highly recommend you check that out, and I think he's got more coming. And the last one is Joe at Four Soft Corners. Going to bring him up again here in a minute, but just a shout out to some of the people that connected me to this community. So I thought, what better way to start or do my first VR than for Skaght and his celebrating the milestones here. I think this is due by Friday, so I wanted to get it in here quick. So let's jump into it. Going to do a little basketball here. First one is growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, in the middle of nowhere, New York. I was a Lakers fan. The Knicks were good at the time as well, but I just gravitated toward the Lakers. Had a pretty sweet pair of Reeboks with yellow and purple laces for quite a while when I was a kid. But these jerseys, I think you'd call them yellow, but to me there's a hint of gold in there. Whatever it is, they struck the right balance, and these just used to pop off the TV screen. I think the Lakers, I don't follow basketball a ton these days. I think they still wear something similar, but could never go wrong with this classic Lakers jersey. This is a 1990 NBA hoops with, of course, James Worthy on the front there. So starting with that, going to stick with basketball. Skaght said it was okay to show a picture. I don't have any cards of this jersey. I think I just mentioned growing up in upstate New York. I was about 60 miles north of Syracuse. And Syracuse basketball was king where I was from. It was really our NBA team growing up. I spent quite a few hours in the Dome and even more hours watching these guys on TV. And definitely this jersey from back then, just a solid orange with the white lettering, Syracuse written in cursive. This is, I don't know if you can see it on there. This is a photo of Billy Owens, one of the all-time greats for Syracuse. Had a couple great years playing with Derek Coleman, of course, and then passed the torch to Lawrence Moten and John Wallace. Again, saw those guys a ton in the Dome. Could get in there for $2 tickets if you were under 14 years old or something like that. But Syracuse was a big part of my childhood, remains. They're still my favorite college team. I didn't attend Syracuse, but this is a classic jersey that I really liked. But don't have a card of it, so I had to pull up a picture there on Facebook. And then a couple baseball cards here. I joked in Joe's VR video for Skaght here that he stole powder blue. Powder blue is my favorite color. Feel a little silly talking about my favorite color here, but I'm already a grown man that opens cards on YouTube, so might as well jump in with both feet. So instead of picking the Phillies jersey from back in the day, I found this for my favorite athlete growing up, which was Bo Jackson in his Royals uniform. And they really took it to the next level. There's not even a pinstripe down the leg or anything here. They covered these puppies in powder blue from head to toe, except for some white lettering. Another one I found, similar jersey. Here's George Brett rocking this jersey, or uniform I should say. Just solid powder blue except the lettering and a little bit on the sleeve there. And the last one, maybe no wonder that I like powder blue so much. I did grow up a Toronto Blue Jays fan. A little bit more going on here. I don't know if you can see it in the video. They've got a stripe down the side, what looks to be an elastic waistband. If that's what that is classic. But a little more color going on with the logo, of course. But still just a beautiful, beautiful uniform, covered head to toe in powder blue. So those would be 3 of my favorite uniforms from the professional teams. I could probably pick some more like most people. But I also thought this would be a quick opportunity to show some uniforms I wore as a kid. And these definitely make the list of some of my favorites. There's some classics here, especially the last one. So stay around for another 90 seconds or so. Going to start with the T-ball picture. That's me right there. Second from the right, the vertically challenged one. But rocking my favorite color, powder blue, with the shorts. Now, I know it was only T-ball, but I don't recommend wearing shorts playing baseball. Either our legs must have been torn up or we really weren't playing much baseball at that time, other than hitting off the tee, which I can show you this uniform in action real quick. There's me taking a swing in my powder blue t-shirt. Looks to be pretty good form. My elbows down, almost 90 degrees, although this guy obviously wasn't too worried about me ripping one because he's standing a few feet away right in front of me. But that's a classic uniform. Gonna skip the next level of baseball, come back to it. This was my grasshopper uniform as a kid, gray with red lettering in cursive for Crescent's Pizza. Classic red foam hat with nothing on it. This is me over here again, and one of my best friends standing next to me there as we were getting ready for a game in the front yard here. Circa 1991, probably. I think I was 11 in this picture. Same thing here, same day. Here's me getting a little cameo with my batting stance. Let me know what you think of that setup there. But number 12 on the back, I was always number 12 whenever I could get it. Moving on to high school. This is definitely a classic uniform. The purple and white pinstripes, number 12 again. I always went with the pulled up pants and the long full socks, no stirrups. Went with the long full colored sock. But I think that went well with the purple and white pinstripes here. So that's me, junior year of high school. Again, rocking the number 12. Classic uniform. Changing sports here for a second before we finish. Here's a couple pictures. My high school colors were purple and white, purple and gray. This is sophomore year. This is junior year. I think I dropped a few lbs there. With a little extra testosterone between these 2 years. But this is the home jersey with the purple on top. This is the away jersey with the white on top. Had to change numbers, obviously. But a pretty classic uniform. Definitely would make my list of the top contenders here. And I saved the best for last. This was between T-ball and grasshopper. Take a look at this beauty. I think the expression on my face says it all. But this was my uniform, kind of for my first organized league. I was 10 years old in this picture. We started a little bit later than the kids do today. My 8-year-old's already playing pretty organized kid pitch baseball. We played a ton of baseball in the backyard, but not as much organized stuff until a little bit older. Anyway, as you can see, this is a green t-shirt and white sweatpants. I mean, tell me, I'm not sure if this is going to be able to be beat here. You know, from a small town in the middle of nowhere, we didn't have a lot of resources financially. Really, nobody did where I was from. I guess maybe this is what you end up with. But when I saw this picture, I actually found this over Memorial Day weekend, hanging out with my parents. And I have vivid memories of playing in this league, coaches, teammates actually, but I did not remember that we wore white sweatpants for part of the uniform. So here's another one of me, I guess, in the on-deck circle, putting it to good use. But white sweatpants with the white cleats and the green t-shirt. So anyway, thanks for watching my first VR here. Thanks for everybody bringing me into this community so far here on YouTube. I'm really enjoying that, and I hope it continues. Again, congratulations to Scott, and thanks for watching. See ya.